Okay, I think we are already on YouTube. So hello, everybody. I'm Fernanda, and I will guide this conversation. Today, the topic is about how we can handle uncomfortable situations to grow, and how this can help us. But before I start with the topic and the conversation, I would like to talk a little bit about Talk and Talk. Here we are a platform where you can practice different languages as English, Spanish, French, Italian, German, and it's a safe place to practice. Normally are the students of the platform who guides the conversation. And we don't have corrections during the conversation, just a place for practicing and uh, having this conversation free with everybody. So normally also before I start with the topic, we do like a personal presentation. I will do mine, and after I choose one of you to continue, okay? So I'm Fernanda. I live in São Paulo. Nowadays I work as a Spanish teacher, but in the past I worked in the financial area. And I like to learn new languages, have a time with my family, and I'm a calm person, I think, patient. Um, and I think that's it. I'm also a host for French here, and I think that's it about me. And you, Eder, could you present yourself?
Yeah, for sure. Morning, everyone. I'm Eder and live in Belo Horizonte. I work with cybersecurity. Um, in my free time, I like old cars, and I have one old car, and I go to the old car events. I like to fix my old car and to change some parties of my old car. I'm married, and I have three daughters, and I like to drive my old cars, and mainly in the weekend. Yeah, I'm here on talking, I think, uh, for 1 year, and yeah, I try to improve my English to get new job opportunities and to have to work abroad of Brazil.
Great, thank you, Eder, for the presentation. Nice to meet you, as we should talk before. And now, Beatriz, could you present yourself? Welcome to the immersion.
Good morning, everyone. It seems a calm person, Fernando. I am Beatriz. I am 33 years old. I am from São Paulo, but I live in Portugal with my husband and my daughter. From 1 year, I have a degree in accounting, and I don't work in this moment. My intent in this time is similar either for I need to improve my English for new opportunities with job. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Bia, for being here and for the presentation. Now, Michaeli, could you present yourself?
Hello everyone, I'm Michaeli. I'm 28 years old. I live in Goiânia, Goiás. I am a PhD student, but I am a study coordinator in clinical trials. I like in my free time watch TV, watch TV series, movies, stay with my husband and my cat. I like workout. I think that.
Oh, great, Michaeli. Thank you for the presentation. Nice to meet you. And now I think it's Humberto. Can you introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Humberto. I'm from Belém, Pará, north of, and I'm working as a DevOps engineer. In my free time, I like to spend time with my family, with my kids. I have two kids. I have a son and a daughter. I live with my kids and my wife. Uh, I want to improve my English because I want to work abroad. I started to, s- to study English in the last year. I didn't study English before. I studied in a public school. I didn't have English there. Um, that's it. I work at Globo. And that's it.
Oh, thank you, Bert, for the presentation.
Thanks.
So guys, I will start with the questions. As I mentioned today, we are going to talk about how uncomfortable situations can help us to grow. So here the first question. How do you generally react to uncomfortable situations? I will start answering. I think for me, it's really complicated sometimes to think about a solution of these situations. But I try to understand why is this happening? How can I do to get better in this situation, and also see if something that is under my control to resolve or no. So that's how it works for me. And what about you, Michaeli?
For me, it depends on the situation. There are some uncomfortable situations that I put myself in. So in these situations, despite being uncomfortable, I have a goal and my mind agree more easily. But when it's an unexpected situation, I usually shut down. So I'm more shy, more risky, and I feel like a runaway.
You normally like ask for someone to help you, or you don't like to ask for help?
No, I don't like it for help, unfortunately.
Okay, I understand because sometimes I'm like this. I don't like to talk about my problems. Oh, thank you, Michaeli. And what about you, Beatriz?
And nowadays, I trying, I have trying to put in my mind uh, lessons with your uncomfortable situations because I think stay nervous don't solve something, but I think you can learn about the thing for solve the better form.
Yes, I agree. I think we have to think I don't know, like analyze a little bit the situation better to think
Yes.
in a way of solving this. Okay, thank you, Bia. What about you, Eder, about this question?
Yeah. When I face some uncomfortable situation, I think that the first thing is a mix of fear and get anxious because it's uncomfortable. And for example, when I learn something new or when I need to get in a job interview, for example, so it's some uncomfortable situations that we need to manage it, right? And the first thing is fear and getting anxious, but I think that I try to be calm and to analyze the situation and to understand how get to get out this or to handle this situation, this uncomfortable situation. So I think that in first first after the first thing is fear and anxious, I think the second thing is to try to handle this situation and to avoid this anxious and this fear and to handle it with to learning how to how to uh, how to handle right this uncomfortable situation.
Yes, I feel like this too. And you normally feel anxious in other situations during your routine, or just when something doesn't happen the way you wanted?
Yeah, because when you have an uncomfortable situation, the most part of this uncomfortable is new situations or new things that you need to handle. Right? For example, you have a new uh, you are learning new contents like English, or you get some situations in your family like with children, and so this is a comfortable situation. It will change your routine, for example, or you change your mind. You need to mind about this situation. So it's not just new things, but something that, yeah, the most part of the things are new things, but it's some parts of the things that happen daily, and it can increase my anxious and because I need to understand and to handle new things, right?
Yes, yes, it's true. Like normally new situations make us feel a little bit nervous, anxious.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, thank you, Eder. And now I think it's Humberto, right? Uh, how do you generally react to uncomfortable situations?
Yeah, I try um, to prepare myself before. Like I want to work abroad, and so I try to study English more frequently. And I know there are some situations you can control. Uh, the things only happens in these moments. I try to take a brief. I try to take a brief, think about the situation, and praise a God a little to get more, how can I say, more relax. And that's it. I try to understand the situation and take a breath and try to control my anxious. I know this is a little hard sometimes, but that's it. I think I try to think in good things too.
Oh, great, Bert. Thank you for your answer. Guys, I will follow for the next question. Let me read here. So, do you think all types of discomfort are beneficial and why? Um, I will start with Bia. What do you think about this question?
No, I think all types of discomfortable, nor in some cases don't beneficial because there are situations that can we go beyond the limits, and the the people don't know the limits of other, in your feelings, in your I think it's your know, the other knows, and but I think past all days we need to handle. It's similar others said. We need to handle all some situations because the people are different, the thinking is different, and it's about this. But I don't I don't believe all types of situation are beneficial.
Oh, great. I agree. I think not all types of like discomfort situations are beneficial. Agree with you. Thank you, Bia. And what about you, Eder? What do you think about this question?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that not at all types of discomfort are beneficial for us. There are beneficial discomfort, like you are learning something, you are trying to do something new. That's a discomfort, or but it's a good because it's beneficial for you because you are learning new things, or you are adapting to a new reality. But there are some discomfort that are not beneficial, and the discomfort in office environment, for example, that it it uh, increase too much your anxious, or can give you can get you sick. For example, this type of discomfort is not beneficial, and we need to avoid it.
Sorry, I was not able to unmute it. Okay, I agree. Like, sometimes we have some toxical like situations with people that are not so much beneficial. So we need to analyze and see how we can handle with it, and maybe try to leave. Chris, thank you, Eder. And you, Humberto, what do you think about this question?
Yeah, I totally agree with Bia and Eder. I think there are some times of the discomfort are beneficial because you need to go out of your comfort zone for grow up your comfort zone. But there are some types of the discomfort. I think is toxic for us. There are some peoples or some places. I think you need to go out because uh, discomfort is not good for us all the time too. It's a problem for me too. You need to go out your comfort zone, but don't all the time. Uh, and I think all types is so large. I think it's a problem. It's important in some cases, but in another it's a problem. I think.
Yes, I agree. I think it depends on the situation. It's true. And thank you, Humberto. And what about you, Michaeli?
I agree with everyone. No, of course not. There are uncomfortable situations in which we feel humiliated or insecure, for example, and that's not good for us. And these situations can make us feel even worse. So I agree with you.
Great. And do you have any situation you felt you needed to, don't know, leave? Like, oh, this situation is not, it's not so good. I need to leave and not talk with this person, or no, it never happened.
No, always happen, unfortunately. But I think we need emotional intelligence for this situation.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Oh, great. Thank you, Michaeli. Everybody answered right this last question. So I will go for the next. Here's the question number 4. In your opinion, can progress exist without a certain amount of discomfort? I will start answering. I don't think so, because when we have some problems in our lives, normally we think about the solution, and this make us improve. For example, when we start learning a new language, we see some vocabularies that we don't know, and we feel uncomfortable that we don't know those things. So we try to learn, search for some videos, some podcasts, I don't know, and this makes us grow as a student, as a speaker of the language. So I think it happens not just with languages, but other things also in our lives, at our work, for example, too. So I think for growing up, it's necessary having some problems sometimes. And what do you think, Humberto, about this question?
About the number 4? No, oh, yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Mm, I don't know, but in my case, I think I grew up much more when I went so far from my comfort zone. When I leave Belém for living São Paulo and in another city, I knew anyone, but I grew up in my career. I lived there for 3 years, and in another things, I think I grew up much more when I went so far from my comfort zone, and I think that's it. Today I feel a little uh, afraid when I speak in English, but I know in the future this is that is help me a lot in my goals, and that's it. In my case, I grew up a lot in some discomfort situations.
Yes. And you think your English improved during these years of studies?
Yeah, of course. I didn't study before, and I am dedicated now, but I don't have so much time. But I am trying. Every day I try a little. I think the consistency is important, much more than time, and that's it.
Great. Thank you, Bert, for your answer. I'm glad that you feel this evolution in your English. It's
Uh,
great.
I'm happy
Uh,
to.
Great. What about you, Beatriz? What do you think about this question?
I believe that having some progress exists without a certain amount of discomfortable, but I think if you put yourself in challenge, face unknown, I believe it's more um, mm, it's more good because you see that you are capable. You face your limits. You face your new things you don't know about yourself. I like this. I am late to put myself in you one no, but nowadays I think if I did this in some years, I think this.
Great. Thank you, Pia, for your answer. And now, Heather, what do you think about this question?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if can have progress without discomfort, but I think that I get progress. As Umberto said, I think I get more progress when I put myself in controlled discomfort, right? Because when I need to grow, when I need to grow up in my job, in my career, instructions, and some learning knowledge, I I think that best way is to create a controlled and self-controlled discomfort, right? For example, establish uh, a schedule to learn or set a goal, a goal to take an exam and a certificate exam or a pro on uh, um, yeah, set some goal and reserve providing a schedule to create a discomfort zone and to study or to learn something new every day or to understand something new. And I think that the progress can I I'm uncomfortable. Not I can learn or I can have grow with a little bit controlled discomfort, right? And I think my progress is better when I have this.
Oh, great. Thank you, Heather, for your answer. And now for finishing, Kaeli.
I believe that our resistance persists, but progress doesn't. Because when we are comfortable, we being too relaxed and we accept things as they are and don't feel motivated to change. And for me, that's a question I always have with me. I see some people who are very comfortable with their life and don't accept, and I don't accept that. I'm not that person. I always have something to do to change, and I think this has to do with personality. So I think the progress is to the progress is very important to discomfort situations. But I believe that some people it's okay with comfortable life.
Yes. Sometimes I feel it with doubts too about it, like, oh, I will be able to handle this or not. So it's complicated. Great. Thank you, Mikhail, for your answer. And guys, I will follow you for the next. Everybody answered this one right. I think so. Okay. Here the next one. How can discomfort be used for professional growth? Mm, ho- uh, what do you think about it, Eder?
How can discomfort? Yeah. As I said before, I use discomfort to get out of my comfort zone. I set some goals and I try to, for example, when I stood or I try to get, for example, new certifications in my area, or I try to get um, new skills and certifications. I try to set a goal and put out of my comfort zone, right? I try to get feedbacks and to uh, follow my evolution, follow my progress, right? I try to follow my progress with uh some grades, and yeah, I try to improve it more, and I try to, for example, when I try to learn English, so I put myself in some job interviews, and I don't know how can I speak some words, or I didn't know how to have a job interview, but I I applied for a job, and I I went with the HR people to have a job interview. So then I put myself in out of my comfort zone, and I learned a lot, and I learned how to learn, and it's something that is something new. So I try to use discomfort every time to provide my professional growth.
Oh, great. And you think something you always have done, or it's something, no, I think it's from, I don't know, since last year I started to see like this, or not
It,
so like this.
it's a question for me because it's cut.
Yes,
Yeah, but
I you need to repeat?
yeah, because for
Okay.
me, your question was cut.
I asked if this thought of growing with this discomfort on your job, you think something you always thought in this way, or is something, oh, I just started thinking about it now?
Yeah, I think that's it's a growth of mindset, right? Because I try to always understand. For example, I like feedbacks of my boss and my colleagues. So it's something that I always learn. I try to learn, like to give in feedbacks and understand that mistake is not a problem, but I need to learn more with mistakes when I pro- uh, when I have a mistake. So I think that's a growth of mindset. So now I think this, and I know that I can have some mistakes. But I need to stay out of my comfort zone to learn new things. So, and there are one thing that I think that I can do. I can talk it in English is imposter syndrome. So I don't now. I think that I don't need to learn or to be a perfect person before to apply for something, right? So I try to do my best, but as soon I have an idea or a good idea to how to do it, I try to do, because if I get a mistake, no problem. I will learn more with this, and I will increase my and I will grow with this, right? But uh, I'm not waiting too much to be a perfect guy before to try something new.
Oh, great. I think it happened with me also. Like now, I understand better that problems will happen. We will find a solution and learn with this. But in the past, I didn't like so much dealing with problems. So it's not so good actually, but it's sometimes necessary. Great. Thank you, Eder. And what about you, Mikael, about the question we are discussing, question number 5?
I believe when we put ourselves in the place of comfort, it's because we really need to deal with it. So the focus will be much greater. And if you want to grow professionally, you will need to deal with new challenges and develop new skills and all the time. So I think it's a very necessary situation that you will need to do if you grow up in your job and your career is essential.
Oh, great. I agree, Kyle. And you think you deal well with this, like with these uncomfortable situations at work or in a professional area?
I, I don't know. I know about the things I need to do. For example, I need uh, improve my English. I need to improve my auditory. I need to improve my data analysis. But I am in progress. I'm learning. But I have the conscience of the needs and the things I need to do.
Yeah.
And
Oh, great. Thank you, Mikhail, for your answer. And now I would like to know about Humberto. Question number 5. How can discomfort be used for professional growth?
Yeah, like I said before, I think you need to go out your comfort zone sometimes. I don't like to speak in public, but I know uh, in some time my boys can want that I speak something for some area, and I think I need to handle with this. So I try to prepare myself to talk with my colleagues, explain something, or here in talk and talk. I speak in public too because it's it's a change for me because I don't know so much English. And that's it. I think I try to prepare myself uh, usually. And that's it. I think discomfort it's important. Uh, controlled, like I said before, a controlled uh, discomfort sometimes is good for us because in your job you can face it and you need to prepare yourself before for for the situation become more easy. That's it.
Oh, great. Thank you, Bert. And I also have difficulties for speaking in public, so I really understand. For me,
Yeah.
it's really complicated. Um, but for you, like this contact online is okay. It's more like in person that is the problem.
Yeah, for me, both.
Ah, okay. Okay, understand. Thank you, Humberto. And now, Beatriz, what do you think about this question?
I think discomfort helps with professional growth because it drives us to learn and improve, and facing challenge strengthens us, increases confidence, and help us develop the new skills. Over time, we become better at our jobs.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Thank you for your answer. You can answer. We go for one more question as we still have time. And I think the question number 6, it's a little bit more personal, but let's see. Have you ever avoided an uncomfortable conversation, and what could have been the benefit of facing it? I will start answering. For me, I thought about situations at previous jobs because sometimes I didn't feel comfortable talking with my previous bosses about some situations. Um, and I think it was not so good because we need to talk about the problems that we are facing if they are related to the activities at the company. So I think it would be nice to face it, uh, even though my boss at the time was not so comprehensive, but it is important having like communication. So I think some situations related to previous jobs in my case. And what about you, Beatriz? Do you remember any situation of
Uh,
this?
a lot of ideas. But in my last job here, my manager made a unrealistic decision, in my opinion, and I avoided uh, discuss this because I I knew it's only my opinion, and nothing changed. Also, I decided don't discuss this. I think it's only beneficial for me because I if I talking, I know it was one problem only for me. Yeah. Also, I decided to don't discuss this.
Oh, yes. Sometimes maybe it's not something we can change, right? Just talk.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. Because sometimes it's like the process of the company, things that we are not able to change.
You know, if you have a place for talking, you feeling
Mm,
this.
mm-hmm. Yes, sure. Sometimes we do not have. Oh, Grace, thank you, Bia, for your answer. Now I would like to know about Mikaeli, what do you think about this question?
Uh, I lived in a situation in 2023. I was on a business trip in a hotel in Rio de Janeiro, and I was alone uh, at the pool, and an American started talking to me in English, and insisted a lot. And then with that, I realized that my English was terrible, and that guy was really, really annoying. So for me, at that situation, was very good because I realized that my English needs to improve, and some guys, American guys, is very insistent and very annoying.
Oh, I I'm glad you use it like situation to improve your English and get better in the language. Um, yeah. Go on, sorry.
No, it's that.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes some things happens first you reflect some things. I agree. Um, and what about you, Humberto? What do you think about this question?
Yeah, I tried to remember any, but I don't remember. But I think yes, I think you you aren't how can I say already all the time, and I think sometimes I think I have ever avoided something for mm, train a little more or learning a little more. Um, I don't remember. I think you can do some things in another day. You don't need to fight all the time. And that's it. I don't remember any situation.
Yeah, no problem, Humberto. So, sometimes when someone asks us something is really specific, we don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Humberto, for your answer. And now for finishing, Eder, do you remember any situation?
Yeah, I have many situations when I have avoided an uncomfortable conversation. Most part of them because fear of conflict, maybe uh, some uh, fear of rejection. I, I think so, and I think that could be facing this situation could be better for to get the things resolved. Right, I think that's the most important thing when you have an uncomfortable situation. Handle this, finish. You can finish the and get some things resolved. And in some situation, like in my last job, I have been working as a manager. So when you are a manager, you need to face many uncomfortable uh, conversation because you have many topics you need to talk with other people, like salary or like promotion, to give a real feedback or a bad feedback, for example. So it's this type of conversation when we face it, it's good because we can create new skills like personal in personal growth, like uh, uh, some conflict resolutions or argumentation. We can create some skills when we face this type of conversation, this uncomfortable conversation.
Oh, great. Thank you, Eder, for your answer. Guys, I will not do more questions as we have just some minutes for finishing. I just would like to know from you, Eder, how was the conversation since it's your first conversation with me? How was the experience?
Yeah, it was an amazing conversation because it's a good topic. It's a topic when you need to exercise some new words. Like, yeah, it's very hard to talk about this topic in Portuguese. So in English is very it's more than it. But uh, yeah, we have here an uncomfortable conversation today because we need to learn more adjective, like talk about emotions. Yeah, it's very hard, and it's a good situation to increase English vocabulary, to increase English in general.
Oh, great. I'm glad you enjoyed this time here in the conversation. Thank you. And now from Mikael, how was the conversation for you?
I agree with Eder. I think that subject is very difficult in Portuguese, so English is very difficult too. But I like the immersion. I think everyone could talk and explain your vision, and I think it was very good. I like it.
Oh, great. Thank you, Mikael, for being here. I'm glad you liked the conversation. And also thank you everybody, actually, Beatriz, Eder, Mikael, and Humberto, for being here. It was a pleasure. One more conversation in English. Wish you a great week and hope to see you again. Or in my merge other conversations here in English. Okay, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank